Oh my god, what's up everyone? It's a double upload. Nah, it's gonna be a triple upload because I also have like another manga review that I need to do that I didn't know was out in 2 days. But anyways, that's for the next video. This video right now is Seven Deadly Sins, Chapter 311. Oh my god. This chapter was so hype. Now let's get it. Alright, so at first the chapter opens up to Meliodas screaming, and we're all thinking Elizabeth is dead until Merlin calls out to Meliodas and says that Elizabeth is alive and shows Merlin, I believe, teleported Elizabeth and is levitating her above in the air. It shows that um the crashing portal barely nicked Elizabeth, so her head is all bleeding. But in the page 3, it shows that her curse is reforming. Now, everyone is just baffled about her curse reforming, and Meliodas isn't having none of this. So he's all like, he goes full 100% Demon King Meliodas. It was like, I'm about to destroy this curse once and for all. But they kind of slowly figured, and and Escanor asked, why is her Elizabeth's curse being restored? Sorry about that. Still having allergies. Meliodas simply says that his curse was brought to him by the supreme deity. Elizabeth's curse was brought by the Demon King. Now, yes, the supreme deity theory is out the window right now. I don't know if she's going to come back, because if she was going to make a move, I would believe she would have made a move when Meliodas destroyed the curses, and Meliodas' curse would reform, unless they're having to save that for later. Who knows? Whatever. That's not that's neither here nor there, not the point of this chapter. Anyways, so Bond and Meliodas were talking about how this means that the Demon King is still alive and kicking. Now, how is the Demon King alive, you may ask? Mm, um, how is he alive, you may ask? Well, Gother puts it simple, as in the commandments, which are fragments of the Demon King's power, were basically trying to go around to latch onto anyone who could use them. They're basically trying to find hosts, but when they latched on to people, it basically tore them from the inside. So right now, they're just currently about to disappear since they need a host, and if they don't get a host, they'll end up disappearing. On page 8, we see that Kuzak and Chandler are all injured, all battered, and split from being the the original demon. So the punishment reactivates now, and we see that the commandments are flying towards Kuzak and Chandler. And so we see that Kuzak gets an idea. He looks at Zeldris's unconscious body, so we know that Kuzak took Zeldris from the battle and hid him away in this cave that they're in. Chandler tells Kuzak just to leave Zeldris. It doesn't matter. We got to get the commandments to Meliodas. Kuzak was having none of this because this man ended up snaking Chandler in the back. He took that stick, like he took a fucking stick. It didn't even look like a hatchet, but he took a stick and then basically just chopped Kuzak in half and then started dicing him up, and then bam, that's how Chandler dies. Meanwhile, Zeldris is unconscious, so he has no word and say over any of this, and he can't explain like what will happen if all the commandments enter Zeldris. So Kuzak, having this plan of, I need to make Zeldris the Demon King because I felt like he was my son. deeply care for him, and all this like mentor, like this mentor father bond stuff, fatherly bond stuff that Kuzak is feeling now. He basically decides to take the commandments, like how he originally planned to do back in the war, and take Zeldris's body and then just fled to some unknown place, laid Zeldris down on this little lump of wood. Yeah, this, I think he broke a tree and then just laid him down. So in the stump, in the tree stump, he just lays Zeldris down. Meanwhile, Zeldris is now coming to. He's now awakening to see Kuzak and the commandments. Zeldris, he opens his eyes and was like, "What? What is this? Are you pranking me?" And next thing you know, Kuzak's already in like reciting the chants, and Zeldris can't even really say anything. But in his mind, he's saying stop because he knows what will happen if all the commandments enter his body. And so the Kuzak ends up finishing the chant and puts all the commandments in Zeldris's body. And in this whole panel, it shows Zeldris just saying stop at the last moment, and he's worried, and the cocoon happens. The metamorphosis is happening. Zeldris is evolving into din, 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 the Demon King. The Demon King's version of Zeldris, that is. And so when so in the panel it shows, or in the bottom panel of page 18, it shows that Kuzak is all smiling, happy of what he did, and you hear "Well done, Kuzak." And then next first panel of the next page, page 19, bam, like 90% of his body is erased. Like the Demon King version of Zeldris put him in a shirt. He wasted Kuzak, and that is the end of Chandler and Kuzak. The reasoning behind it is that he's uncomfortable being around, and that is that is the reasoning why the Demon King killed him. And so we see the ending, like the last page, which is page 20. It shows that Zeldris's grown-up body with the Demon King, which is really weird that the Demon King can basically forcibly make his two sons get adult bodies when he's inside them. Huh. That's not weird at all. But anyways, so it says the final text shows the curtain opens on a new tragedy, the birth of the Demon King Zeldris. So in the next chapter, 312, it says the war begins, which this probably states that the war that just happened was like a precursor to the war that will eventually become. Which, if that's the precursor of a war, then I wouldn't know what to expect in this new upcoming war. Like, there's just so many things running through my mind. There's all like, okay, so the Demon King's forces are just all wiped. There are no more Ten Commandments. Chandler and Kuzak are dead, and it's just the Demon King by himself. I don't know like what other forces he has, and I don't know what he's gonna do. I mean, what, he's just gonna pull up on the seven deadly sins and be like, "Yo, rematch." He's gonna get in his rematch tokens like the Avengers did against Thanos in the MCU. But my only hope with them continuing, like, I don't know if this is considered a new arc or a continuation of this arc, but my only hope in the continuation of the story is, please just give us Bond's sacred treasure. I want to see Bond at full power. That's all I ask before this series like ends. Anyways, 5 out of 5 stars for this chapter. It was an amazing chapter. I loved it. It was enjoyable. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And hopefully you catch me in the next video. I saw that my last 7 Deadly Sins video did like really good, and hopefully this one will do excellent too for my standards. Anyways, just so excited. Hope you guys are excited too. Peace.